Alright, hello, welcome back. Today we're going to build a new model. This model is the One Small Step for Man model of Airfix. It's on a scale of 1 to 72 and it's going to be a new model on the table. So let's get started and let's see what we're having inside. Alright, so as first we've got a moon base. So that's going to be the base for the model. And beside that you have also the ability to put up this base. It's a smaller base for the actual model, but I think I'm going to use the bigger one. But this is also a handful for another model. And also these boards are going to be I guess the equipment. As you can see, also the figures, the astronauts, and if I turn them around you can see the astronauts on the sprues. Beside that we've got the Lunar model, and I think that's those parts, and these parts, the transparent for a equipment too, I guess, or a light switch. We're going to see that into the book. Alright, but before we are going to paint, we're going to glue down each part to each other, and after that we can make a base color on it and then fix it with the colors I want to apply to the model, and that's going to be steel and brass colors. So let's sit down and let's glue it down together first. Alright, so I'm going to give you also some background information about what this model is, and after that I'm going to be part of the video where I can tell you what I'm doing and what I'm building. But first I'm going to tell you some background information about this model. On July 21st, 1969, man takes first steps on the moon. American Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. The astronauts stepped onto the moon's surface in the Sea of Tranquility at 0256 GMT, nearly 20 minutes after first opening the hatch of the Eagle landing craft. Armstrong had earlier reported the lunar model's safe landing at 2070 GMT with the words, "Houston Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed." As he put his left foot down first, Armstrong declared, "That's one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind." He described the surface as being like powdered charcoal, and the landing craft only left a small indentation on the surface. The historical moments were captured on television cameras installed on the Eagle and turned on by Armstrong. Armstrong spent his first few minutes on the moon taking photographs and soil samples in case the mission had to be aborted suddenly. Armstrong, he was joined by his colleague Edwin Buzz Aldrin at 0315 GMT, and the two collected data and performed various exercises, including jumping across the landscape like bunnies. And before planting the Stars and Stripes flag at 0341 GMT, they also unveiled a plaque bearing President Nixon's signature and that says, "Here men from the planet Earth first set foot upon the moon, July 1969 AD. We came in peace for all mankind." Subsequent missions brought more advanced equipment, and this set gives the opportunity to model a number of those missions. So, in the meantime, I hope you understand what I said, but you can see now I've glued down all the parts together, and that's great because now it's coming to paint down the model. And you can see here all the parts with the instruments as well, like the satellite and the solar panel. So I'm going to using the smaller base. I said earlier in the video that I'm going to be using the larger base, but I found out that I don't have a lot of space. So I'm going to make a smaller model, but I'm going to, as you could see in the thumbnail, making use of a glass cover. So here I'm going to glue down the astronauts to each other and after that is done, I can lay them down on the other side, and I'm going to brush down with my airbrush with a silver color the lunar model capsule. So I'm going to give this a base color silver, but I can recommend that a base color black is better. So you've got you can work with shading, but I used silver in this instead. And here you can see me using a brass color, copper color for the satellite, and for the moon surface I'm going to use black instead of a silver coat. But you can see my airbrush is not working really well here, so I had to paint. I had to remove all the dust particles in the brush, but that took me hours, so I could not paint it down that fast. But you can see here that I'm going to paint it down with a brass color again, a copper color and gold color. So I've got three colors of shading on this part of the model. You can see the parts of shading also on the book now. And the gold color of Vallejo, was a little bit too watery, and you can say that a little bit too. There was too much water in the paint, so I didn't had the paint fully onto the model, and that was very horrible to work on. But with a lot of spraying again and again and again, I could easily reach down the thing I wanted. And here you can see me painting down the lunar model in the pieces. They were black, so I'm following the book, and here I'm applying the decals too. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. And the lunar model was already finished after this step. But I wanted to create something more details, so I'm going to create some little dots and some lining onto the model. I prefer to use a small brush or my hobby knife to create small dots onto the model, so you can create fine details onto it. And here you can see the model completed, but it was not completed because we've got 4 minutes left, and I want to create a glass cover over the model. So here you can see the glass cover I bought, and it was a little bit too big, so I was first going to set it up here. So I decided to pick another foam part, but here you can see the glass cover was a little bit too large, or the base model was too large. So what I have to do, I had my pencil and I cut down all the parts that were too large, and after that the lunar or the base, the moon base could easily get into the glass cover. So what I'm doing here, I'm trying to find the middle spot, and I'm trying to create another circle. So I'm going to use two circles, one on the outside and one on the inside, so I can place the glass cover inside the foam, so I can let it stuck into it. And here you can see me using a hot wire foam cutter, and this one is for it's not a hot wire, it's more like a hot stick foam cutter, but this is mainly using for the glass cover to place it into the model, place it into the base. Yeah, that was great. And now you can see the model into the glass cover, and that's really great. It was stuck, and now it's going to be painting the model, model base black. I'm using some black paint for this, and I'm trying to fix the inside of the glass cover later on. But you can see here I was not quite satisfied with what I did, so I just cut down a little more pieces away, and now you can see me airbrushing the base cover too. Alright, I glue down the moon landing onto the base and it was stuck. After that I was painting down the astronauts with a other color with a pre-shading. So I was making sure the astronauts were white, and after that I was using a little bit of water with a little bit of Vallejo black to create a shading onto the astronauts. So you've got a shading into the clothes, in the clothes, and here I'm applying the decal onto the model. I'm choosing to place down the satellite and the solar model onto this model and remove the other two parts I made earlier in the video because I wanted to use those equipment in another video where I can create a space-themed model. And as you can see here, the model was done. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the end result and let me know if I can do anything better, or maybe there was nothing better, but let me know. And I'm still learning to speak a bit better English and try to make these videos for you better. But I'm still learning. So thank you for watching, and I see you in the next one.